send a message and I will pick it up. Hello everyone, welcome on YouTube as well as in our live in the studio with me. And if anybody have any question and does ask any question on the YouTube or in the Zoom or in person, please do ask. Other thing is, if you're watching Sangha, please do maybe just share it with your friends and see how you feel. If you have any question, you can also ask. And maybe there is a little button on YouTube, subscribe it and channel it. I have a very interesting question came through. One of my very dear student of mine asking a question was about how do you cope with insecurity? How do you cope with an insecurity? That insecurity was not come from like a human relationship, but that was from a very awakened being that I know of, have had Kundalini awaken of that person and been on a spiritual journey for a very long time. And having a little scare and insecurity in the life, because when the students are coming, practicing, learning, and growing, and losing them, and they come by asking me, how do you cope? I get really insecure and jealous because the students go to the other teacher, but I bring them into that studio, and then they leave me after some time, and they go to the other teacher's classes. It was actually in a Yoga. I don't teach anymore there, but the person asked me the same question when I saw that person 3 days ago. And how do you cope with it? I said, I could have given him very commercial answer. It has a better, good customer care. You should do a customer care course, but or have a better customer management. But that will just only teach how to retain his student and how to engage with them. But that does not change how insecure he feels. His insecurity is not to do with his students are going to some other teacher, but it's about how does he find his stability. That nature of that person will reflect in other areas of his life as well. So I was talking, and then I said to him, is the best thing you can do, have a little self-reflection. Why do you do what you do? If you did to just own them and herd them like a shepherd, the shepherd we all know it. If the shepherd comes along and then collects all the sheep to keep them barricaded. So if you wanted to become a spiritual shepherd, different story. But that means you are just becoming the leader of sheep. Sheep follow. Do you understand? Sheep just follow. Sheep doesn't do anything. They just follow. So you just want to become herd man who just want to herd the sheep, and you make barricade of the spirituality, and then they stay in there. They call it spiritual prison, and you become the jailer of that spiritual prison. Or just feed the spirituality, allow them to transform. At the moment and when your growth, as long as they are learning and growing, they will stay. And if they feel that there is a growth is not happening, or they feel intimidated or confronted by your teaching method that touches the soft spot or wound inside them, either emotional or mental or physical vulnerability, and they don't want to deal with it, they will run away from you. They are not just only a one factor they are leaving you. Either they find your teaching method hard, or you scare the life out of them because you trigger certain emotions that they are not ready to face. They will find somebody who can just butter their ego. If you try to demolish the ego, they will go somewhere else who can just literally feed them exactly what they want to hear, what they want to see, what they would like to uh, feel inside them. Or they are not ready. Or maybe what you are teaching is not what they are looking for at that time. The intention might be different. Especially in spirituality, we have people are by nature shopaholic. They don't settle for anything. They constantly searching and seeking, and that is a inquisitive nature to uh, grow. Seeking is nothing wrong. Seeking is important, but only problem becomes you are seeking, but you want somebody to fix all your problems. And there are many people who will claim that they will, if you do this, and all the problems will be fixed. But that is a wrong indication. Nobody can fix your problems. But most people would like to be. If you can't fix their problem, they think that they have to put work to it, and they want you to take away all the problem, then they will go away. They find somebody else who can better solve their problem, or claim that they will replace their problem with other problems. So the replacement therapy also. So I was having this discussion. I said the only thing you can do is just have a self-reflection rather than looking at the students. It's a good question to look at them, but beyond that, have a self-reflection why they are leaving and why it triggering you. What is triggering inside you? Are you concerned about your economical loss? That is a wrong motivation to teach. Are you concerned about your fame and the popularity, and you think that you are losing your glory, that you will have less people who will praise you? Wrong reason to teach. Third, and if you think you will have less followers, wrong reason to teach. You are teaching because you got something to share. If you got something to share, you are sharing the joy of being yourself. And whoever can take it, take it. That nobody can take it. Your knowledge will not going to be lost it, because you are planting a seed. You're contributing to a universal consciousness when you are teaching. And somebody on that vibration sooner or later, not today, will pick it up, because all you try to do, create a harmony, you try to create a peace, you try to create a sense of kind and loving vibration through your message, through your teaching, and somebody will pick it up. Maybe not today, maybe in a year time, maybe in 2 years time, whenever they can. You say something, you project something, everything you project that comes through your body, channels through your body, will creating a impulse and universal vibration. And all it needs, somebody to vibrate on the same frequency, will pick up that message. That is called Vedana. Vedana is a sensation. Sensation is the source of Vedas that you experience through your body. So that was my simplest answer, that anybody can actually experience that. I had one student who used to teach yoga and also the music. And that person will feel so insecure if any of his students doing better chanting or singing than that, if I threaten and intimidate him. Say, I feel very intimidated because I feel insecure because this person is going to take over me. I say, you should be grateful. You should be happy that one of your students is going to be very, very fine representing. Everybody has their own karmic creation and karmic vibration. So you just give, you share, and let it go. It's just your nature is to give. Teacher does not mean control. Remember, I said teacher does not mean control. Teacher does not mean ring fencing. Teacher does not mean stamping them with your brand. That you belong to this category and you will stay in that category. Now you are my this lifetime spiritual slave. Problem. So the concept is you are creating them a knowledge so they can empower, they influence, and then they can deal with their inner fear, inner insecurity. You empower them to transform, not to follow. So it's a very important, as some of my dear students will have the similar problems. So as you already teaching out there, remember if you ever encounter that scenario that some of your student goes away to other person, never feel insecure. Simplest thing you can do is embrace them that you were able to become a vehicle to a certain extent to encourage them, to brought them to certain awareness. Now the awareness is sprouting, like you creating the environment for the seed of spirituality to become germinate. When seed germinated, it coming up. Now, what you have done, maybe somebody have taken the seed, maybe still does not like too much sun, maybe does not like too much light or darkness. Is finding his own ecosystem. How you maybe want to make a tree, maybe just a creeper, maybe it just becomes it needs a support system. But you cannot make, you do not know what the seed was. Seed have germinated, might just be a creeper, just might be a vine that require a support, cannot become independent tree. There might be some tree that may just want to become a tree. So you allow their own ecosystem to nourish. You don't hurt them. So that is a simple message. If you have a gratitude inside you that you are able to support or contribute whatever as per your knowledge or the person was able to take from your teaching to walk on the journey of the path of self-transformation and accept that. Then the next question came along is I was having the discussion with one of my students, saying that isn't the love for yourself? Isn't that person you have to love yourself? No. That's a wrong approach to it. Remember, you are the source of love. When you become the source of the love, you don't need to love yourself. Love overflows from you. So you have to be compassionate to yourself. When in early stage of practicing, you may have to be kind to yourself, compassionate to yourself. But once you become the source of karma, compassion, you don't need to be compassionate towards you. If you are practicing compassion towards you, there is a little bit of lack. You have not fully become the source of compassion. If you are practicing a little bit of love towards yourself, you have now transformed your insecurities to the source of love. Remember, you are just only a vessel that is holding the love and compassion to invest, to spend. Not hold it. If you just only say, I only love to myself, compassion to myself, that will be very limited. You will not have a ripple effect of love and compassion around you. People will say, very selfish person, only loves himself, herself, only have compassion for himself and herself, or it's for themselves. But the moment you start sharing, that is become like you have money. Let me give you an example of it. Do you get pleasure, the joy of having the money, or when you spend it? Your joy does not come from a big fat bank balance. The pleasure and joy only comes when you spend it. If not, think about it. So when you have love and compassion, not just only for yourself, but is to share. So I give you a simple example of it. Like if you don't have it, you can't share it anyway. In that case, you can't even practice. Then you only become a beggar of love and compassion. You're looking for somebody to love you. You're looking for somebody to be compassionate to you. You're looking for somebody to be kind to you. First, cultivate the practices, the ethos of your sense relationship. When you can align your senses and the vibration of your senses you need, and what your expectations are of your senses, your mind relationship with the senses, then you have a little bit of generating the love inside. And one day it will become so full, you will become full of it. And then you start sharing. So you start building a relationship with yourself. I give you an example of it. Do you think rivers are thirsty? Can you imagine a river says, this water, all this water is for me. And I love myself because this water is like, imagine water is love. All the trees, they say, all these fruits are just for me. I love them so much. Will you have any fruits? No. Fruits are for other people. So the love, compassion, kindness, all these qualities of humanity, not for yourself, is for everybody else, just like law of nature. So when you have a little bit of warmth and love inside, just only for yourself, observe it. How does that make you feel? And when you share that love to a one person or two person or three person, when you make that exchange of that emotion, the energy, how does that make you feel? You feel completely, you have created a ripple effect, you created a little vortex of energy. You collective consciousness. So whenever your mind tries to make you little selfish, self-obsessed, self-centered, remember, whatever you have is to share. Even your problems only arise when you want to resist sharing. That's when the problems arise. Sufferings arise when you resist sharing. Even you want to smile, but you start resisting smiling. Inside you want to laugh. Then you feel like people think it looks a bit miserable on the face even. So any resistance to something that you would like to share, you would like to experience, you would like to just become expanded, open. And when you create a resistance to it, you become like a volcano. You become like atom bomb. You're just about to explode anytime. You just become like a walking explosive. If that's not the case, just reflect in your reality, reflect in your nature, see how this comes. I hope that makes sense. Is that make sense to you, Lisa? And Delano?
Yes, Yogi. I had some not clear questions, some problems, but while you were talking, the questions come up, and then I understood really it was interesting that you talk about it, and they really connected to what I was looking for question, for answer, or some clarity. So it's really interesting.
And I had another question from a meditation point of view. One of our teaching meditation live online for which we do every week, like 5-6 of them in a week. But there was a question. Our teaching in a couple of occasions, the person had a question, and they are having a pain. I read the question. I have a question about meditation we did last night. It was some time ago. I found the last couple of occasions we have done the meditation focusing the practice technique that I felt very peculiar afterwards, like I have too big a space in the middle of my head. I was wondering if there is something I can do to mitigate that. As last night, I also got a headache in the middle of the night, which was definitely happened before. I'm assuming it is clearing an expansion, but I'm just wondering if there is something I need to do afterward to stop that happening. Also, last night an extraordinary thing happened. I had been struggling with my left hip. But I was determined to sit still during the whole practice of meditation, which was quite challenging towards the end. But I did it, and I got this huge amount of heat moving through my body, around my hip area, and through my whole body. Then this morning, the discomfort had gone. So thank you for that. The best visit, I will not disclose the name of the person or the practice. So what happened when we meditate? What happened in certain practices, especially the practice of Brahma Randhra, what we did last time. I remember we had different exchange from within the body to outside and inside world. Like you constantly exchange through your eyes, you receiving and projecting energy through your nose, to your mouth, to your ear, to your rectum muscle and your urinary muscle, and your entire skin, which is the very important part sense as well. These are your bodily, which is a third dimension exchange of energy that one do day to day in every human relation in order to remain in this body, to maintain the day-to-day activity or survive, basically. But when we did the practice that you felt little peculiar, after like a massive headspace, and the calmness with the headspace. It can happen when there's a expansion of your crown chakra, if there's expansion or opening or channeling of the energy that your body is about to release, but you are not able to release at your crown chakra, and you will feel a lot of pressure. Simple, personally, what I will do, I will continue meditating and allow the body to release. If there's a blockage, or you can call it, there's a channel is opening, or you becoming a receptive or channeling certain energy, it can make you feel either lightheaded, dizzy, little peculiar, maybe a lot of a spacious sensation, but eventually over a day or two, it should disappear, maybe a couple of hours, it should disappear. But if it's continue to do it, if it's staying longer than a day or two, I will suggest to put your head on the floor for a long period of time, like maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, which I also noticed last time when you were in the practice, you did the entire practice. You did the practice, but did not do the last part of the practice. I know the person I'm talking about. If you do not take your head down after the meditation, usually I suggest after each meditation, take your head on the floor, is to create a balance of the energy, your spine. Also, the blood flow, you can call it in modern language. If is look at the layman's terms, basically. When you take the head down after meditation, it takes away that dizziness, the lightness, or the spacious sensation. And anytime if you meditate, you all of a sudden, pretty much everybody's life is so busy. When you're meditating and you finish the meditation, all become eruptive, you start getting day-to-day activity, or get up all of a sudden, don't do it. You have finished the meditation, remain grounded, acknowledge, allow your body to process the vibration, the energy that you are able to create, witness it. And then slowly, you get up and remain mindful. You practicing meditation, not just checkbox, okay, between that time I will meditate, after that I will go along. It should become a little slow down process in life. It should become a lifestyle. When you're meditating, you're practicing how to be mindful, how to be aware of my body, how to be with myself. So when you finish meditation, does not mean you go along, become again scattered. 2 hours later, I did meditation again. You practice, you get along with the day-to-day life. Your meditation reflects should happen. The effect of meditation should continue into every action you do. For the person who asked me that question, that you have a lot of heat in the left hip, it is a sign of a blockage of the energy, that you had a pain in the hip, and at the same time you feel a lot of mid-brain headspace. It's just your body is downloading, channeling, the balancing your bioenergy, and it is very normal. In what I perceive, it is very normal. It's absolutely normal to have those sensations, but make sure if it become a distracting or disturbing, I would suggest to do a long savasana after the practice or take your head down. If it still continue giving you the headache, put a few drops of almond oil. If you have nut allergy, put a ghee. If you are a vegan, put a sesame oil or coconut oil. If not, olive oil. Like few drops of olive oil in the nostril. If you are a regular meditator, and does not want to lose your hair, and you get a lot of heat in your crown chakra or in your third eye area, get burning sensation, I will highly recommend either a few drops of olive oil every day or a ghee or almond oil. If you are allergic to nuts, put a ghee. If you are vegan, you put the olive oil. So there are three things I would recommend it. You can also put a sesame oil, but it will burn. Remember, sesame oil will burn. So be mindful. So that will prevent the heat rising in your third eye area or in your crown chakra area. That is a standard practice for anybody who does a meditation or do any healing or channeling. I will highly recommend to put few drops in your nostril. Okay. So on that note, if you have any question in the YouTube or in the live, please do unmute and ask. Otherwise, we will see each other next time. Om Shanti. Namaste. If you have any question that comes from the discussion, please do reach out and share it, and comment, subscribe, or share the discussion. Thank you. Namaste.